two of the most popular dividend ETFs in the world and two very different philosophies, in a debate that has been going on in the comments between the VIG and the SCHD since I chose that VIG when it came to the FIRE portfolio. And today I want to settle it because the SCHD and the VIG, which one actually wins? And actually, guys, it is a lot more of a nuance depending on what you want the dividend ETF to do. And that is where the answer kind of lies. So I want to show you exactly what we mean by this. So let's go ahead and get into this. So before I really compare the numbers and looking at both of these ETFs, I want you to understand what the ETFs are actually trying to do, because they solve very different problems when we start looking at these two. And you need to understand, when we have the SCHD on one hand, it is a dividend that is really on quality and equity, really the yield in there, selecting 100 stocks based on a combination of the high dividend yield that we see in the SCHD, very strong cash flow ratios, return on equity, and dividend growth rate. It is systematically looking at those, and as a result, this portfolio is going to be skewed, and it has been, towards finances, energy, healthcare, consumer staples. These are the companies that produce a very significant cash flow and a high payout when it comes to those dividend ETFs. Current yield 3.27, expense ratio 0.06. So then the question becomes, SCHD is, how do you generate real income from a portfolio right now? When we get to the VIG, which is the Vanguard Dividend Appreciation ETF, it is a dividend growth fund. Notice I didn't say just a dividend ETF. It tracks the S&P US Dividend Growers Index, which again increases dividends over an extended amount of time for at least 10 consecutive years, removes the highest yield names that we see in there, and that is going to be the quality filters that they put into place. And as a result, there are technology companies in here, as well as financials: Microsoft, Apple, Broadcom, Visa. Current yield on this 1.48, so pretty much half of what we see with the SCHD. That is where these really play a different role. The real question when it comes to the VIG that it's missing: how do you build a dividend income stream that is growing and that is going to be very reliable when you start looking at 30 years from now? All right, so let's actually run the numbers in four categories. We want to look at yield, total return, volatility, and income growth. Those are really going to give you a picture. And again, looking at these two ETFs, it is going to be a little bit different, but it comes pretty clear. Now, when we start with the yield, SCHD wins 3.27 versus a 1.48 on $100,000 invested. SCHD is going to generate around 3,200. Right now, VIG is going to generate about 1,500. That is a difference if you need income. And I really have to stress, when it comes to something like the SCHD, it is about if you need income in the point of retirement. When you want to mitigate risk, you want to have a little bit more value, and you might need income. Now, when we start looking at the total return, the VIG wins on a $1,000 investment in the VIG. It would be worth $1,565. SCHD would be $1,285, which means 28% performance gap over 5 years. That is huge. This is where, if you want a little bit of dividends, but you're still looking for a majority of growth, the VIG is going to fit the bill. And that's the reason why the VIG has a much heavier exposure to tech. Again, like Microsoft, Apple, Broadcom, a couple of those that have gained and really gained a lot of ground with artificial intelligence over the last 5 years. Then we start looking at volatility. The SCHD wins in this one. Maximum drawdown in this was 16.86. VIG was at almost 21%. So the SCHD has a beta of 0.77 versus a 0.85 of the VIG, meaning the SCHD is going to move less when it is in up markets, but it is also going to pull back or really have a drawdown period that is going to be a lot less than the VIG, just for the fact that you are preserving capital in an ETF like this. And of course, you're getting a little bit of income, especially when we have some scary months or some scary years in the market if you cannot deal with volatility. Then we look at the dividend growth rate. VIG has an edge in the quality that we see in here. SCHD has an edge in the pace. So SCHD 5-year dividend growth run rate has been 11 to 12%. VIG a little bit older because, of course, holding those larger tech companies, not paying out as much money. But when we start looking and really looking at the quality in there, the VIG has done incredibly well with the companies. Again, Microsoft, Visa, Broadcom, a couple other ones. And it is almost neck and neck when we start looking at this because of the compounder that we see with the growth factor in the VIG versus the dividend growth rate that we see when it really builds up with the SCHD. So then the real question becomes, which one, if any of these are right for you, because here's the honest take for me on both of these guys, and really the SCHD over the VIG, depending on what exactly you're looking for. SCHD is the right choice if you need income, probably in the next 3 to 5 years or possibly even sooner. If you're already in retirement, if you're looking for income generation, the SCHD is going to be there. It is building a portfolio and getting to the point of growing a portfolio that you can actually replace your paycheck with that 3.27% yield we're seeing. If you want lower volatility, especially during retirement, and you want to protect that capital when it comes to long term, especially when you're getting more income, or if you want to combine the SCHD with something like the VOO, QQQM, or any of those growth ETFs that we have in there, you can make this kind of your dividend layer in a portfolio and being able to build it over an extended amount of time. It's not just about the yield. It is a completely legitimate case when we look at the SCHD, and it does execute exceptionally well for exactly what it was meant to be built for and what it is. Now, when it comes to the VIG, it is the right choice when you look at a time horizon of 10 plus years. If you're really in the accumulation phase, if you're in the growth phase versus the income phase, and income is less important, this is going to be the reliability to grow the portfolio for decades, then switch part of it and really getting into, and when we start looking about taxable brokerage accounts, getting to the point where you need income or you need that dividend stream to really survive and supplement Social Security versus having growth in general. Now, this, of course, is going to give you a pretty durable income during retirement as well. And honestly, if you want the total returns to compound as much as high as possible while still building a little bit of that income, the VIG, with the technology tilt that it does have, is a very meaningful advantage when you look at the expense ratio of 0.04. So it is very, very cheap in there. So of course, guys, if you're looking for retirement, probably next 5 to 10 years, SCHD might be on your radar if you need income to grow and income to sustain you right now. If you're looking at lower volatility and paired with something when you start looking at a portfolio. And another thing I want to point out, guys, when it comes to the SCHD, you're probably looking at a portfolio 2, 3, 4, maybe even $500,000, where you'll have a significant amount actually allocated to the SCHD to really build and have some viable income in there. Now, looking at the VIG, if you have 10 years plus, you definitely are in that accumulation phase, that growth phase that you want out of here, but you want reliable income in the next 20, 30 years. VIG might be the best. Now, question that I know I'm already going to get in the comments, can you own just both? And honestly, yes, there is a real case for a part of your portfolio that is kind of dedicated to income. If you're holding the SCHD and the VIG, you can have them together. And again, you'll see the growth out of the VIG, you'll see the income from the SCHD, and of course, you'll get some reliable yield, and both of them are going to grow income and compound over an extended amount of time. Now, again, they are built for something a little bit different when we start looking at this. And the framework, you got to look at the allocation, because if you're more than 10 years from retirement, a lot more is going to go heavier into the VIG. Let's say 70-30, the VIG to the SCHD. And of course, this is part of a larger portfolio where if you're, let's say, 10 years or more from retirement, this should probably be no more allocated than 10 to 20% of the portfolio. And if you're a lot closer, and when you're getting towards that retirement phase, you might want to do 50-50. If you need the income in the next 3 to 5 years, even going a heavier weight like a 70-30 to the SCHD might make sense, because these ratios within portfolios, like we've talked about before, are going to shift as you get closer to retirement. It is more of a anticipation strategy of how much income you're actually going to need, knowing exactly how to transition from the accumulation phase to the distribution or to that income phase that we see is going to make a really big difference. So here's the bottom line, guys. The SCHD does win on yield, lower volatility, and income if you need it in the next 3 to 5 years. The VIG is going to win on total return, the expense ratio, and the long-term income reliability. Neither one is objectively better when we start looking at a portfolio or an ETF, but it is built for very, very different investors depending on your age. The right question to ask right now is not which ETF is better, but which one are you going to use right now? So guys, drop a comment down below and let me know which one you own. Do you own the SCHD, the VIG, both, or are you not invested into either of them? And tell me exactly why. Are you looking for income now? Are you looking for growth later? Are you going all out growth like some of your portfolios have? I read every single comment and I will reply to all of them in the entirety. when I get to them. And of course, if this breakdown really settles with you, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. We do this every single day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.